flow too. You'll flow too. You'll flow too. You'll flow too.
Hi guys, welcome back to April After Dark. I would say that the It film that will be coming out later this year is probably one of the most anticipated horror movie remakes probably in a very long time. Everyone has been buzzing about it. I honestly, whenever the trailer first came out, I was doing everything in my power to not watch the trailer. I wanted to do like a reaction, you know, on here for you guys since I've never done that, and you know, honestly, I saw the trailer and I just couldn't wait any longer. And also, I've always been a little bit worried about recording stuff and getting copyright strikes on my channel, so that was another reason. And I don't have the tools to like stick it on the bottom of the screen right here for you guys, and etc, etc. But anyway, and I also just couldn't wait. But believe me, I waited days until I watched it. And when I finally did watch it, I was hella excited. I was overjoyed. I was excited. I was a little bit creeped out by the way that Bill Skarsgård, I believe, who is playing the new Pennywise. And he, you know, you would think, and it's true, but you know, in the miniseries from the 1990, Tim Curry is such an iconic character as Pennywise, just like he is with Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show. But you know, when you think of it, you immediately think of Tim Curry, and you know, the way he did that role, you didn't think anybody could probably do that role the same way or do it any justice. Those are really some big shoes to fill. But to be honest with you, Bill Skarsgård, what he looks like in the trailer, I mean, he's like his own Pennywise, and he looks creepy as F to me. Like, he really does. And I don't know if it's the yellow eyes or the fact that in the trailer, when he kind of pops up in the water in the sewer, that you can't see a reflection of his eyes. It's just black here, and his eyes are yellow, like in front of your face, but in the reflection. I was like, oh my gosh, that's really, really, really creepy. And I thought that was kind of cool. So, getting into my thoughts on the trailer, I thought it was very well done. Sorry, I feel like there's something in my eye. It is in my eye. No, kidding. You know, the opening, it starts out, and I will say this, I don't know if you guys noticed whenever the word "it" pops up, that you can hear Bill Skarsgård's little faint Pennywise laughter in the background. If you go back and look at this trailer, you'll hear it, and it's just a perfect fit for the movie. Anyway, you definitely see some more of the iconic scenes happening. Obviously, Georgie out in his little yellow slicker, catching, you know, playing with a little paper boat that his brother made for him, as you see in the original miniseries. But the really cool part about it was, not only was the cinematography really good in the trailer, which is a really good indication for the film, but, you know, as he's running and kind of playing and, you know, having a, you know, whatever, he's playing out in the rain by himself, trying to catch his paper boat, the SS Georgie, as it's going down towards the gutter where he fatefully meets Pennywise. He hits his head on like one of those little roadblock signs, and that doesn't happen in the miniseries, but it was kind of cool. Like, of course, you know, when you first saw it, you couldn't help but like laugh. I mean, I did, but I was also like, whoa, it's almost like it's not gonna be like verbatim shot for shot of the original miniseries, which is really cool. I don't like when movies do that. Like when you do a remake, I don't particularly enjoy that. I kind of like for whoever to put their own kind of spin on it, but anyway, it's almost like, you know, it's not going to be exactly like the original one. It's going to throw some curveballs. I'm not really sure with the book. It's been so long since I've read the book. I mean, I'm talking a long time. I don't remember if that actually happened in the book or not. I swear I might have heard that it did, that Georgie does hit his head on the roadblock sign in the streets of Derry, the town that Pennywise terrorizes, every 27 years? 1990, and then we're in 2017, so 27 years. I don't know if that was done coincidentally or if it was accidental, but whatever it is, it works. You see in the trailer also, after, you know, he clearly sees Pennywise, and believe me, that was so creepy to me. It was just so good. I just absolutely loved the feel of this trailer. This trailer totally got 2 thumbs up from me. But you know, they show the Losers Club, you know, the kids in it, which one of them in particular is the kid from Stranger Things. I can't remember his name right now. Finn Wolfhard. He's playing the part that Seth Green played in the original miniseries, so that's also really cool. It looks like it might take place in the 80s, whereas in the miniseries it takes place in the 50s when they're kids. So that's pretty cool because I was a baby of the 80s, so awesome. And I really like that about Stranger Things, how it's all 80s, all taking place in the 80s, and it's just awesome. But I was, you know, in the miniseries, the movie is really, really, really long because it was a miniseries. It wasn't, you know, a full-fledged movie that people went and saw in the theater. So one thing I was wondering was, you know, with the miniseries, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you might have, you have 2 different discs, and one of them is, you know, when they're adults, and a lot of it's when they're children. So when they're grown up, I don't know if that is in this movie. I don't think it might be in the new one, which would be really cool because they could totally do a sequel and, you know, spend a little bit more time on it and just focus on them being kids and being completely terrorized by Pennywise as children, because to me that's probably a lot creepier than when they're adults and he's just going into what they were terrified of. But talking about the trailer, getting back to the trailer, you see in Derry that there is a curfew in effect, so something's been going on. You know, you hear a voice saying that, you know, things happen to adults but mostly happen to, you know, children in the area. So it kind of takes you back to the book and makes you wonder if you're gonna get more of a background on Pennywise, or if you're gonna get revealed, not get revealed, but if they're going to reveal more of Pennywise's powers, his powers, duh. If they're going to show you more of his powers, because they didn't in the 1990 miniseries. In the book, you know, if you read the book, you know, you'll know more of what I'm talking about, but he has a lot more, he has an array of powers. He's also featured in other books that Stephen King has written. It's like he is in that universe. So I wondered if they were going to show more of his powers that he does have. Another thing I noticed in the trailer was that the character, I believe is Ben, kid, that, you know, the balloons really kind of freak him out. You know, in the miniseries, when he's an adult, there's a balloon in the library, and you know what happens if you've seen it. I don't want to spoil it, but it looks like they're showing it to him as a child, like he's in the library. So that's also kind of a little curveball, sort of like Georgie hitting his head on the roadblock and that not being in the miniseries, as opposed, like, just, I'm just saying I kind of like that they're paying justice to the original, but they're adding their own effects to it, and you can really go a long way with that just because the book was so freaking long. I believe it was Stephen King's longest book. It was, I think, I might be wrong, one of the only books to ever give him writer's block, which I believe would be a tough thing to do with him, but I have heard that, and it is definitely one of the biggest, longest horror novels out there. It's a huge, thick book. The thing I mentioned earlier about Pennywise being, his reflection being in the water, you know, at the very end, like, you'll float too, and all that. Pennywise is depicted as this ancient creature. He takes on many forms. Sometimes he's a spider, sometimes he's a crow, sometimes he's a wolf, sometimes he is a clown. So the fact that they showed him with those like striking yellow creepy eyes, and then in the water you don't see that, really adds to the whole old school feel of the book. Like, I just love that. I thought it was amazing. And I'm not saying that Tim Curry wasn't like creepy as Pennywise when I was a kid, but I don't know, only certain elements of that film were creepy to me. I hate to say it, but the movie did not scare me. I have never had a pathological fear of clowns. It's never been anything that I've ever been bothered by. Not that I don't understand why clowns might be creepy, and that he is definitely a reason why so many people in the world are terrified of clowns, but Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise in this film looked way creepier to me with, I think, the eyes, the yellow eyes. It's very demonic looking to me, and we all know what I'm terrified of. I love the scoring. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be the score, but the music that they used in this trailer was perfection. I mean, it was perfect. It was, had that sort of childish, clowny, freaky, creepy feel. It was exactly what should be in the It film. So the music really added an element to me with the trailer as well. Based on all the scares in the trailer, I think the scares are going to be really, really good in this film. I hate to say, I have really high hopes, and usually when I have high hopes, things don't always turn out the way that I want them to, so I don't want to do that, but the trailer was damn good, I'm sorry to say. I mean, I'm not sorry to say. The trailer was freaking amazing. It was amazing. The thing that creeped me out also about Pennywise in this one was the really weird, odd smile that he's doing when the kids are putting in the little slides, and it's just kind of like a reimagining of them looking through a book of photos in the original miniseries. They're looking through like a little, you know, they have the screen up and everything, and he just starts to kind of appear, and his hair is like not as big, but it's like straight almost. But I don't know, they did everything really good. The cinematography looks really good, the scares look good, the music looks good, Bill Skarsgård looks creepy as Pennywise, and he also looks like he's gonna add his own element to Pennywise, so I'm completely excited about this. I can't wait for September 8th it is, I believe. And so let me know what you guys thought about the trailer yourself. Have you seen the original miniseries? What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about this new one coming out in September? Because I sure as hell am. And I'm not usually that hyped to watch remakes at all. I mean, I don't remember the last remake that I actually enjoyed. I hated Poltergeist. And you know, that's the one that comes to mind right now, just because it was a couple years ago and it was really blown up on the internet and everything. But I mean, this one might actually have a really good edge on that original miniseries, just because it didn't scare me when I was a kid. Not that I don't absolutely love watching it, but this might do some justice to what Stephen King created in those books. That was the most terrifying novel ever. So let me know what you guys think of the trailer of Pennywise. Do you think Bill Skarsgård is going to do a good job? Were there any other things that you noticed in the trailer that I didn't mention here, or anything to comment about that? And, you know, thumbs up for having a Pennywise shirt on. Anyway, alright guys, as always, happy haunting, stay scared, have a very creepy night. Bye.